Hello. Here we go with number 4 of language, part of the series for the summer. This one today, I decided to go back to nonverbal language. Okay, so you can hear my voice. You can hear that my breath is a bit shallow. And sometimes breathing is something worthwhile observing of yourself and then of other people when you're talking to them. Obviously, you're not going to be focusing on their breathing, like, oh, are they breathing in their chest? Are they breathing in their belly, etc. But it is very interesting when you're talking to someone or observing yourself and observing the other as to how comfortable that person is or how they may be feeling. And sometimes we can pick up so much by the observation one of the person's breath. In my case, as I said, you can hear mine's a bit shallow right now because I've been having allergies. So therefore, it's a little bit tighter than it normally would be. And sometimes a shortness of breath can also feeling overwhelmed, sadness, all kinds of different things that a person can be going through. And it's a nice way for you, as I said, is it being non-verbal. You can say, how are you today? Really, how are you? By asking the other person. And then they'll tell you perhaps, well, I'm a bit tired or I'm a bit overwhelmed, etc. The second thing that I wanted to mention, as I said previously, is not only the breath, but the facial expression. You ask someone, so how are you feeling? But you can kind of see that they're looking a little bit tired or perhaps a little bit long in the face, and just kind of checking in that nonverbal facial expressions, feeling maybe even here between the eyebrows, they're in their brain, in their head, thinking about projects that maybe they're talking to you, but they're thinking about work, they're thinking about other things, about the family, etc. So all of these things are interesting to observe in ourselves and others when we're talking to them. This has come up for me many occasions when I'm working online with someone, teaching English or working with them coaching. Really kind of pay attention to the other person's body language, how they're carrying their body. Are they like this? Are they like this? How they're sitting, if they're carrying the weight of the world, because so much is right there within the body. Or the gestures, as I mentioned previously. If you see somebody like this and you ask them, how are they doing? They're saying, fine. Well, they're not inviting you in. They're kind of carrying all of this with them. Something else. A couple of days ago, I was talking to someone on the phone. We were having a really nice, interesting conversation. But I noticed, because I couldn't see their face, but I could hear them. And they kept saying, not saying, but they kept going. So I asked them, are you okay? And they said, oh, yes, I'm fine. Normally when you hear a person who is sighing or blowing air like that, generally is that they, again, are either, if they're sighing and they're letting it go, it could be that they're helping themselves feel better. They're releasing whatever's going on, or they could be a little bit sad. Whereas if they're like that, it may very well be carrying the weight of the world, being bored. Other things may be going on. So again, this is just kind of going back to the nonverbal language. And I think it's really important to observe ourselves and the people that we're close to, the people, our colleagues, the people we're working with. Get tuned into that, not obsessed by it, but get tuned into it. Because when you work in an office or you work with a group of people, you can help out a lot more if you're observant of how they're doing, how they are, by just noticing these little things and kind of pulling on them a little bit when you can kind of see that something else is going on there, and allow them that space so that they can kind of share, well, yeah, I actually am feeling a little bit overwhelmed. And yeah, you may be right. Maybe it's time for a holiday, or maybe it's whatever it might be. So this is my number 4 in this series of language, and I look forward to hearing from all of you, and let me know where this resonates in your life and how you deal with these different situations, how you address them or observe them. Have a great day.